Hi, I'm Caroline Chang, the producer and host of Awaken Oneness Radio. I got a great question from a viewer to one of my previous video posts. The question was, what do I mean when I say we are much more powerful than we know? Okay, when I speak of that, when I'm speaking that letting people know they're more powerful than they're aware of, it is because we are holographic aspects of God, all that is. All that is my terminology for God. God is everything. There is nothing outside of God. And when I speak of our power that we are not aware of, I'm saying it. The best example, I always use the quote. My favorite quote is Rumi's quote. You're not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. So the best analogy to that is you have trillions and trillions of cells in your body. And a person could take a tiny cell from your body and create another you. Clone. It's called cloning. That's how cloning works. Just with one single cell, tiny microscopic cell from your body, they can create a whole nother you. Because in that tiny microscopic cell is the all of you. So that's the way I like to refer. We are all cells of God, are all that is. Meaning in each tiny cell is all of God. So that's kind of what holographic means. Holographic means not just a piece. We're not just a piece of God. We are all of God in a tiny form. So that's why I say we're so much more powerful than we know. Because, and even as the Bible says, man was created in the image and likeness of God. And that speaks of our holographic nature. Sorry about the phone. I didn't turn off the phone, sorry. I always turn it off when I'm recording a show. Now I'm doing these video vlogs. That's separate. That's different. Anyway, so that's basically what I mean when I say we're more powerful than than we know. Most of us know. And also, I don't claim to be of any one particular religion because I am grounded in the truth of oneness. And in the truth of oneness, there is nothing but us. So in the truth of oneness, if I claim to be one religion or another, I would be separating myself. That would be a division that I don't believe in. So when I say I don't quote the Bible often, but there are many pearls of wisdom in the Bible, like the one I just used, the example I used. Now, the Bible is a channeled book with many, many authors, originally written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. I think those were the three original languages the Bible was written in. Now, if I could read the original text of the Bible, I would. But I can't read Hebrew, Aramaic, or Greek. And I say that because there are many, many, many channel books that are published today that are in English, the language I can read and understand, that have not been edited, altered, deleted, and it's historical fact that the Bible has gone through many, many changes. There are hundreds of versions of the Bible just in English. Hundreds. Are you kidding me? So it's like, which version do you read? Which version is more accurate? When I'm reading channeled material, I like to read it from the source, from where the original channel material. So I recommend books like Conversations with God, A Course in Miracles, and oh my goodness, there's hundreds, honestly, hundreds of very, very good channel books. The Seth Speaks is a good one. Lots of it. And another good book, which isn't channeled, but it's a good book, is The Power of Now. So there's just, but when it comes to reading a channel material, I like to read it from the source. And when it comes to the Bible, I can't read the source of the Bible text, but there are many, even with all of its translations, mistranslations, and different versions, there are some pearls of wisdom in the Bible. And I think it's a very good book. I will never put it down. But I hope I answered the question about what I meant when I say we are more powerful than we know. We are truly all of God in a tiny drop. And with that, we are creating our own reality. And collectively, we are creating this reality, this experience. But here's the thing about that too. When I say you are creating your own personal reality, and you have complete control over that. So even the collective reality cannot touch you unless you allow it to, unless there's a soul agreement. Basically, we are sovereign. Nothing happens to us without our soul agreement. So I'm not talking about our human consciousness. Remember, we talked about how limited our human senses are. And our human consciousness is just as limited. But our higher self, our soul self, knows all the lifetimes we've lived, knows exactly why we came. And from our soul, our higher self, nothing happens to us without our soul agreement. So that's how powerful we are. We have complete say over what we experience from a soul level, not the human level, not the human consciousness level, because the human consciousness is still asleep. And we're gradually waking up to who we truly are. But from our higher self, nothing can happen to us without our soul agreement. Another good book talking about soul agreements is Your Soul's Plan and Your Soul's Gift by Robert Schwartz, who was my very first guest on Awake to Oneness Radio. So I hope this has been helpful. And again, I like to say, be blessed because you are blessed. And namaste. Much love.